Hey, today we're doing something a little different. Quin's gonna work on her own bike. And we're gonna swap the wheel set out from the Shimano ones that she has on there right now. It's just a Dior hub with a no-name rim to these Mavic Cosmic wheels, which I think will look nice. So the whole goal here is for me to not touch the bike once. And so you can go ahead. You can ask all the questions you want.
This is my 93 Bianchi. I'm sure you guys have seen it before. And I actually don't know what wheel set we have on here. What do we have on here right now?
No-name rims with some Shimano Dior hubs.
No-name rims, Shimano hubs, pretty standard, pretty easy. They work really well. But today, we're thinking of changing it up. Oh wait, start it over.
No.
Yeah.
No. What'd you forget?
I forgot to undo my brake.
You can still undo the brake.
Okay.
Just undo the brake now.
I'm gonna first, sorry, let me get it together. Gonna undo my brake. You squeeze it, and then you release the cable. Mm-hmm. And this I already have loosened up, but I think hypothetically.
I think it needs to be more loose.
Huh?
I think you gotta loosen it more.
I have to loosen this up by spinning it, twisting it.
You gotta hold the other side too.
This side as well.
Yeah, it's a big screw. Oh. That should be enough. Okay. Yeah, keep pushing. There you go. What's it getting stuck on?
My brake.
Mm-hmm. It's because your tire's fat. So you just gotta let a little air out of the tire.
I've got fat tires, unfortunately. I just gotta let a little air out like this.
So you just gotta unscrew the cap.
Unscrewing the cap.
And let a little air out. Yeah.
So you can hear it. That might have been a lot of air, but...
You can let more out.
Enough.
You're changing the tires anyways.
I'm changing the tires anyway. Might as well do a little more. Should be good.
Just push harder.
Okay. Easy peasy. So with the back wheel, it's a little more complicated because you've got a lot going on over in this section. First thing that I'm gonna do is loosen these up a little. The first thing I'm gonna do is move the derailleur. So you just push, and then, do I take the chain off? What do I do?
Shift it to the lowest gear to make it easier.
So, okay.
You pedal the bike and just shift down, other way.
I know how to shift.
Yeah.
Lowest gear.
Now pull the brake so you don't cut your finger off on the wheel.
Push this down here.
Mm-hmm. Is that hard to push? Yeah, you hear the ratchet? You see that?
Ratchet.
You see the lever right there?
In the lever?
Yeah, flick the lever.
Which lever?
The one that's on the front of the derailleur.
This one?
Yeah.
Now or when I pull it down?
Just flick it down. Okay, now the clutch is off. So now it's easier to push, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So now do what you're gonna do.
I was gonna push this down, and then I don't remember what I was gonna do.
Well, you gotta take the wheel out.
But do I loosen this?
Yeah.
So do I?
But what'd you do last time they forgot to do right away?
Air, brakes.
Brakes.
So.
Yep.
Squeezing these.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Brakes off. Derailleur down.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hold this?
You can do it in a second, but
I'm gonna loosen these. Is this too awkward? Like, do you need
No, this is perfect.
I can't loosen these by hand. Is there a...
Did you flip the lever already?
Nope.
You should probably do that.
I'm gonna flip the lever before I try to do these by hand.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna loosen it up a good bit.
That should be enough. Should be enough.
I'm giving it some extra turns, more than Max might do, but he's got quick hands. He's done this before. And then I'm gonna push this down and try to get this wheel out.
There you go. And now, what's it getting stuck on?
It is getting stuck on my derailleur.
And the derailleur moves in which direction?
Forward.
And? Backwards.
And backwards.
Yeah. So put your thumb on the cage and then take your upper fingers and grab the whole derailleur further up. Further, like grab the whole cage up here. Yeah, pull that. Just come back a bit. And push the cage in. Should be like a... There you go.
Oh.
You got it.
And we got there,
Okay,
guys.
it's out.
It's out.
Yep.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, you're gonna take the cassette off now.
Hand update.
Not dirty enough. You only need 2 tools. These 2. And that, in your right hand, what is that called?
This is the master chain remover thing
And what's the other one?
for the cassette.
Close enough.
Top
This
part
top part is it screws on.
to this.
Yeah, so put that in the middle there. Yep. And then those chain pliers over there.
Yep. Chain pliers.
Yep. Hold those in your left hand. Like this. Get a good grab on the cassette. Open them up further. Grab maybe the same gear. Yeah, sure, that one works. And now you're gonna loosen it. But it's probably gonna be really hard because you don't have very good leverage. So instead, put the wheel on the ground like this, put the chain pliers on it and put the tool on it and then go.
I'm gonna grab it with the chain pliers. How
And
many times do I have to loosen it?
Is it loose?
Yeah.
Okay, now set it back up at the bench. Okay, so now you have to take the cassette all the way off. So you gotta take that lock ring, which is on the top. Yep, and unscrew, not that part, but like the part that you were just unthreading.
This part right here?
Yeah, you might, yeah. If you can get it off by hand, take it off by hand. And then here's maybe the hardest part of the whole thing is making sure all these stay aligned. So put your thumb on the top gear, because these are all separate, and pull the whole thing up as one unit. Okay, perfect. And now set it down without moving any of the gears. Yeah, you can just set it right there. That's fine. Perfect.
This part I have done before. I won't say that I'm good at it. It's mostly the job that Max gives me when I'm in the bike shop and he doesn't want to do it. So
You're not wrong.
I know what a tire lever is. And I know that my tubes don't have any sealant in them.
Nice. This is true.
This is true.
Nice.
I also know that it's a little bit easier to do with much less air.
No air.
No air.
You want no air.
I don't want any air in this.
On the valve right now,
Yeah.
there's like that little blue thing.
Yeah.
You're going to want to unscrew that off the valve.
But it matches the bike.
Well, you put it back on, but you're going to take it off right now.
The first thing that Max taught me when we started seeing each other, it was very important. I quickly joined bike school because my after school program became hanging out in the bike shop. Here's the first thing I learned. Ready? Nipple. Spoke. Hub. It's the first thing I learned. Thank you. These are pretty.
Damn, that was an excellent performance.
Yeah, and then I learned about lugs versus welding.
And does your bike have lugs?
It was mandatory that my bike had lugs on it because I thought that just meant I was actually better than other people, even though this is my second bike I've ever owned.
Well, you know, a lugged bike is better than a non-lugged bike.
And have you seen the lugs on this girl? Beautiful.
There you go. Start opposite to the valve. Makes it a little bit easier. And then you're pulling the bead of the tire out of the rim bed. So you want, yeah. So you want to get under the bead of the tire. Yep. But you want to pull the bead on the other side of the rim. Like that. And now you got to pull the whole thing off. Yeah. There you go. And that's that. So you got one half off. And then you got to do the other side, but pull it off this, like, to the same side.
So this way or towards me?
Yeah, towards you. So like the same side that you pulled the first half of the tire off. You want to pull with
towards. So like if I got this little piece over the edge there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. You can get if you get that little piece over the edge. I normally like grab it with my whole hand and push down, and it'll, yeah, like that. There you go. And now your tire's off.
Second one here.
Yeah, you're just gonna do the same thing.
It worked better the first time. Okay.
Is that one harder?
Yeah, this one's a little bit tougher, but once you break that seal, it gets so easy to just wrap around, do the whole wheel. Again, I'm just gonna try to pull this up and over with my hand.
Nice. Cool.
Tube.
Done.
Over here. Tube.
Throw the wheel up on the bench.
Back wheel?
Sure, we can start with the back wheel. Okay. I set it up so it faces me. And the
facing
bike.
Me or not?
So like you got to think about direction wise.
This is drive side.
That's drive side. So if you look at your bike, this is facing drive side.
Yes.
So which way do the wheels face, or the tires, which way do they go? They go, no, stop. You're doing it right. Which way do the tires like point basically? So like when it rolls, there's a direction for the tire to go. So it goes forward. So if you're facing your wheel and this is drive side, you know
that is forward?
No. Drive side's facing me.
That is still forward.
That's forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we're looking at this, and this is the drive side.
So that's still forward.
No. If this is gonna go on here like this,
that's forward.
That's forward. And so now when I put it this way, that's forward.
Forward is not what we think it is anymore.
So these tires
are
nice.
They are nice.
They're very nice, but they don't have direction. So I taught you that for no reason. So
but
now,
in the future, if your tread had a direction in which it was going, it's really, really important to make sure that you match that up correctly. Because we've seen it time and time again where the tread is actually going backwards when you ride your bike, and it makes it real.
Who is this
strange.
we?
I work here.
All right, so now you're gonna put the tire back on.
Yeah.
And then the main thing that the internet will get mad at you if you don't do this, and I will get mad at you. That has to be
match with the Gravel King.
It needs to be dead center.
It's gotta be perfect.
It needs to be dead center.
It's gotta be dead. And you know what? I actually knew this because Max makes me take photos of my bike, and he gets mad if this isn't dead center. Anyway, so we're gonna make sure that this is dead center before we fix it into this.
Your valve hole's up there. You'll be able to adjust it when you put it on. But so your valve hole's on top. So now get the tire up there. Push the valve through a little bit. Perfect. And then if you push it all the way through, and you see how it's not long enough to reach, you can't inflate that, right?
I can't.
So that's why I grabbed this tube, which has a longer valve. So get that tube out. So that's going to be a 45 mil valve, and these are 50 mil deep rims.
This is a 60 mil valve.
This is a 60 mil valve, so we're cutting it close either way. But put that in there.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah. That's good. That's enough.
It's enough
Now
to
close
take
the
shape.
valve again.
Okay.
You gotta hang that back up. There's a hook on it. There you go. You're losing air. You're losing air.
I'm losing
Now,
air very quickly.
now you don't have enough air in your tube.
Let's try that again.
Okay. Put wrong side.
No, it's not.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to turn the whole thing. The head turns.
Sometimes it's easier, you know.
The wrong side again.
You turned the head.
I didn't do anything.
Stop touching.
I'm not touching anything. Okay, now you have to close the valve without losing any air. Yeah, that's good.
Closed it.
Okay, now we'll come back over.
Now we're looking for the center.
Yep, line it up, dead center.
Lining it up.
And now you don't even need to put the tube in the tire yet, but you want to get one edge of the tire onto the rim with the tube, just like hook it in there, and then pull the rest of the tire around, and then pop the tube in the tire, and then you'll start rolling the second bead.
Okay.
There you go.
I think I
It's
can
almost
just
there.
kind of pop
It's almost
it
there.
in there.
Nice.
And now I have
Okay.
to do that to the
Yep.
other side.
Turn the wheel around. And is the tire logo lined up? There you go.
Yes.
That looks pretty good. Yeah. I wouldn't use that yet.
He wouldn't use it yet, but
Yeah.
itself.
And now you're pinching the tube again.
Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
The bead, not doing what I want it to do.
No, it's not. I see that.
So what do I do?
Do you want one lifeline for me to show you how to do it?
It's so early on to be doing a lifeline.
And I'm only giving you one.
Oh, no. I can't. The thing about me is that I'm a big worker with my hands lady. Just broke a nail, don't even care, you know?
Yeah. I've never heard you complain about a broken nail.
Is that true?
I'm watching the bead slowly unbead on the other side.
Okay, don't do that. Don't watch over there.
You're almost there. You're
He's
almost
going to
there.
say that and then it's going to pop on the other
Okay.
side. How many nails do you think I'll break tonight?
2.
Not enough to complain.
Like, if you take your hands
Yeah.
like this on
Yeah.
the tire and then pull back and push with your thumbs, there you go. Yeah, keep doing that. Do it all in one concentrated spot, like that. Like in pick one edge and just, there you go. Yeah, like that. Keep going. Do it again. You're almost there. That's the tire on.
Not quite, but
Okay, there you go.
now it's on.
All right, now it's on. Now we're gonna inflate the tire.
Yes.
The gauge, you want to be able to read that. So turn the head around. No, you had the right side already.
Okay, then why don't you tell me to turn it around?
Yeah.
What do you want to use at?
I would go 45 or 40, whatever you're feeling comfortable with. And if you did a good job and the bead is all the way on, the tire won't blow off the rim. Let me see this.
I don't know how to read this thing because it's 10 off.
Nope, it's accurate now.
Still don't know how to
It,
read
it just goes up to 40. So push it on there. Like really push it on there. That's not even on the valve. There you go. Yeah. See how it's crooked?
Nope.
You want to like push it on. Yeah. Now go till it says 40. Yeah. A little bit more. That's good. Now close the valve. And now you're done.
So, a couple minutes ago, I was just describing how cool it was that I ride a 38 in the back and a 45 in the front. And as I was working on my front wheel, just kidding, my rear wheel, I put the front tire on. And so everything that you just saw, I'm going to undo. So unless I want to ride home with my shoes on backwards, I've got to fix this.
It won't fit in the bike unless you fix it.
It physically won't fit in the bike. I have fenders on that we've already had to hand fit to the bike. And so any less clearance, it's simply not going to work. So the last 15 minutes, you know how we were just talking about my nail? I'm going to do that all again. Since this by itself, you guys have already seen my level of skill with, I'm just going to do it off camera and then we'll be back for the cassette. Max is gone and I took my mic off. I'm having a hard time. Supposed to bead this tire. There aren't any beads on this tire. Max is gonna throw some new brake pads on for me because we realized that we need just a little different shape.
Well, this is why.
This is why. I also use
These are ridged.
I use my rear much more than I use my front brake. But I was talking about our camera just decided to fart out on us. But as I was putting on the front wheel, I was talking about my experience getting this new bike and how when I first moved to Fort Collins, I had really only ever owned Walmart bikes or secondhand bikes that we got at the Salvation Army. And I used to ride them on dirt roads in New Mexico. And when I moved to Colorado, I didn't have a bike for a couple of years until I finally got a crappy little cruiser bike that I decided to ride around town. And I strapped a shopping cart onto the back with some zip ties, called it a day. And every day I'd ride about half a mile to class, and a couple times I ventured out onto a couple of the trails. But it really wasn't until I got this bike that I was able to explore more of what was going on in Fort Collins, more of the trails, more of the opportunities, and overall just the benefits of having a bike, and a good bike that runs and that can get you places. Max doesn't want me to call him handsome on camera, but it's pretty cool that he built this bike for me and he went out of his way to really customize it. Something that would work for me, something that was girly enough and artsy enough, because it's all about image, baby. Max, do you have anything to say about my experience in learning about bikes?
You used to ride a shitty ass bike and now you ride a really cool bike.
I used to ride an electric cruiser. It was like an, I don't know, E7 or something stupid like that. I spent $400 on it.
Which is a scam.
It's a scam.
Because we built this bike for...
Probably about the same. Less?
I mean, I'm slightly worried that I didn't service the hub yet. And it might be a little sluggish or sticky. Because the old Mavics are kind of known to do that. But they look really good. So we're just going to risk it for like the night. And if it feels like shit, I'll just bring it in tomorrow and service the hub completely off camera.
Regardless of the hub servicing that has or has not taken place, I have to get this thing a couple miles back home. And it's very snowy and cold out tonight.
Yeah, we don't really need the brakes right now.
I don't need brakes, but I do need wheels, baby. And
Well, you got them.
it is like 11 o'clock, so the point of Max not touching the bike is kind of gone.
We probably should have picked a day where we were like not doing anything.
We started this at like 9 p.m.
Okay, these brakes are going to work way better than they used to. So be careful that you don't go over the handlebars. You want to pull the bike out of the stand. Well, I don't know why you put it in there so tight, but you want to lean it up against the wall?
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it. So I think the wheels look pretty good. What do you think?
You know,
Do you think it looks better or worse than before?
it's different. I like it.
Just like ride it for 5 days and then we'll swap them back.
Well, I don't necessarily. I have no idea what these will even feel like yet.
Well,
I do know.
We just have to do something for content.
I know it doesn't really matter.
You gonna put valve caps on it?
One thing about me is that I care about everything feeling secure.
For sure. Yeah, I think they look good.
I think they do too.
Yeah, we'll give it like a week, and then we can always change our minds.
Why are you saying give it a week? What if I love it? Why?
Well, if you love it, then we'll leave it forever.
And if I hate it?
After a week, then we'll swap it back.
So yeah, we ended up getting that all done tonight. I had a lot of fun doing it by myself with my little peanut gallery, which is just Max. If you like this kind of content, let us know. I'm always around in the back, what is it? The background?
Sure.
I don't know what it is. I'm always behind the scenes. I always see what's going on and I always put my word into it, but it was fun to actually participate today. But yeah, if you want to see more of this where I just have a hard time doing simple mechanic things, let us know. Because honestly, it's a good learning opportunity for me and it gives Max a chance to try some other content out. And it's a bike that I put a lot of love into, so I should work on it. You can say the thing and then do the outro.
Say what thing?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, you gotta like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you like this content because it was fun. Did you have fun?
I had fun.
Yeah, she had fun. She has grease on her face.
What?
I haven't even told her that yet. It's right here. Oh, I just put more on. It's fine. We'll wash it off when we get home. But we're now going to go ride through -degree weather in the snow and get home. And it's 11 o'clock. So let's get out of here.